Today's customer had 3 leaking Delta faucets in their bathroom. Let me show you the exact problems and how we fix them. On this first faucet, not only does the hot side not shut off fully, the handle also turns too far. On the cold side, water actually leaks from the handle itself. Let's turn the water off to this faucet, we'll take it apart and look at what's going on inside of the handles. Okay, so the first thing I notice is that there are actually 2 different types of stems used here. Delta makes 3 different variations of stems for dual handle faucets, but only one type is suitable per faucet. In this case, someone has already attempted to repair the hot side with a plastic stem. The problem with this is that the plastic stems are designed to offer a 180-degree rotation, where this faucet needs a 90-degree rotation. If you take a look at the cold side stem, you may see that there is an optional spacer installed. This prevents the handle from turning further than 90 degrees, but it is not possible to install this spacer with a plastic stem. The fix is easy though. We're going to go ahead and rebuild this faucet using all new stems, springs, and washers. This will not only correct the handle movement, but will also stop both leaks from occurring. When you pull the old stems out, you'll usually have water pool from the faucet, even if things are shut off below. I like to go ahead and place some paper towels around the base of the faucet to collect this water. It keeps from making a mess and will ensure it doesn't leak into the cabinet below. We're going to remove the bonnet nuts that are holding the stems in place before pulling the stems straight up and out. It looks like the hot side spring and washer must not have been installed correctly. It was stuck to the bottom of the stem and came right out with it. I like to roll up a paper towel and use it to absorb the water that's inside the faucet as much as is possible. It won't hurt anything to leave the water in here while you do the work, but it can be slightly more annoying to work with it full of water. Now, I am using a tool that is designed specifically to remove and install these little springs and washers, but you don't have to have this tool if you are doing your own work. I'm going to leave a link for this tool in the video description along with everything else that you may need to complete this job. But if you want to skip this purchase, I'll show you later in this video how you can easily do this step without the tool. The orientation of the spring and washer is very important and something I've seen others get wrong. The spring will go into the valve body first and the larger portion of the cone will face down. The washer then fits over and around the top of the spring. Make sure both parts are nicely pushed into place within the dedicated little hole in the body of the faucet. We'll do the same for both the hot and cold sides. Once the springs and washers are in place, it's time to install the stems. We'll go ahead and remove it from the box and slide the spacer into position. Try to take note of the position of the spacer on the old stem so that you can easily match it up. If you do get it wrong though, simply swap the spacer to the other side of the plastic tab. You'll notice that there are notches carved into the faucet. There are also corresponding grooves in the stems as well. Make sure you pop them into the notches. This prevents the entire stem from rotating when you turn the handle. You want the centerpiece to rotate, not the whole thing. Next, we'll reinstall the bonnet nuts. It's usually a good idea to make sure the stem is fully seated while doing so. I like to push down on it with a finger until the nut is hand tight, and then we will finish snugging it up with a pair of pliers. Once we are done with the cold side, we'll move on to the hot side and do the same thing there. With both springs, washers, and stems replaced, we will go ahead and use the handles to turn the faucet to the off position. We'll then restore water down below and test our work for leaks. Don't tighten the handles down just yet though. First, take a look to make sure nothing is leaking under the handles when water is being used. After the work is tested out, then we can go ahead and tighten the Allen screws onto the handles using a 3/32-inch Allen key. So while I'm preparing this faucet, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you guys so much for watching my content and for subscribing to my channel. I just hit 1,000 subscribers, which, if you didn't know, is actually a very important milestone for content creation here on YouTube. There are a couple of different milestones that YouTube requires a creator hit before we are eligible to share in the ad revenue, and 1,000 subscribers was the last goal that I still needed. So YouTube is putting ads on my videos anyway, and as of now, they are officially sharing some of that revenue with me. I'm incredibly appreciative. I've got a new daughter at home. My wife's getting ready to be a stay-at-home mom. So if you've been following my videos, you probably already know this has been a goal I've really been trying to work towards to kind of offset some of the additional costs that we will be taking on as a family. And I'm so excited to announce that we did meet that goal. And again, I'm so thankful to each and every one of you who has made that happen. I look forward to continue to making videos for you. In fact, hopefully as time goes on, I'll now be able to afford to put more and more time and effort into this channel and into making better and better quality videos. We're now on the last faucet of this job. And if you're doing this yourself and you want to save a little money on parts, know that you don't always have to replace the stems. If water's leaking at the handles, you'll need new stems for sure. And if you're going to replace one, I would do both so that you don't have one handle with a new stem that rotates smoothly and another with an aged stem. You'll notice that difference in the way that they feel when you operate them together. If your faucet just drips though, with Delta products, you can usually get away with just replacing the springs and washers and then reinstalling the existing stems. Personally, I don't like to do this when I am performing the work for a customer. The stems don't cost that much and I'm already removing and installing them, so I feel like I will be wasting their money and doing them a disservice if I didn't put new ones in, as it's otherwise an incomplete job and the stems will be the next part to go. However, if this is a DIY project for you and you're comfortable taking the chance on doing the job twice, chances are high that doing only a spring and washer replacement will take care of a dripping faucet. On this faucet, I'll show you the trick you can do if you don't want to buy the dedicated tool. An Allen key, like the 332-inch that we already need for this faucet, can easily pop out the old springs and washers. Just place it in the middle and pry them up. It'll hardly take any effort. To install, just slide the new washer and spring onto the Allen key, hold your finger against the lower portion so that gravity doesn't steal them from you, and place the end of the Allen key into the hole where the spring and washer will sit. Remove your finger and they'll fall right into place. You'll still need to pop them in position. And with that, all three faucets have been rebuilt. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.